Brought to you by BlackMagic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. BlackMagicDesign.com, the Tonkawa Film Festival, celebrating short films from around the world. Tonkawafilmfestival.com. And by De Hanzl. Use the promo code RABBIT to receive 10% off De Hanzl products. dehanzl.com.
So the film Christy is it's a biopic about world champion boxer Christy Martin. She was a big name in the 90s, and she has this pretty extraordinary story. And I knew who Christy Martin was from being a boxing fan, because she fought on some major undercards. I think she might have been on the Tyson Holyfield undercard, and was like the first. I think she might have been the first female boxer to be on a pay-per-view card. So, and she was a world champion. I knew who she was, but I didn't know her story, and her story is pretty incredible. I saw there's a Netflix Untold documentary. Untold is like a sports documentary series on Netflix, and they did one on her, and I saw that, and I went, oh my God. Then I thought, somebody's going to make a movie from this. This stars Sydney Sweeney as Christy Martin. She's really transformed herself for this. She looks like Christy Martin, like enough that you don't get taken out of the movie. And I thought she really pulled off the boxing well, and she got a boxer's body. There are a lot of fights in the film. Like, she looks pretty credible at doing this stuff. You know, she also has this West Virginia accent. They called her, you know, the coal miner's daughter, and she really was a coal miner's daughter. Like, her dad and her brother worked in the mines. She was promoted for a time by Don King, who's played by Chad Coleman. Everybody knows Don King. Chad Coleman just looks like he's having a ball playing Don King. Ben Foster plays Jim Martin, who was her trainer / husband, and he is unrecognizable. I was like, who was that? Like till the end of the movie, and I saw Ben Foster. I was like, oh my God, that's Ben Foster. The transformation is incredible, and having seen the doc, he is able to capture the mannerisms and the voice and everything, and he's terrific in it. Merritt Weaver, who I was actually just watching in a rerun of Nurse Jackie, she's a lovely actor, wonderful actor. She plays Christy's mother, and she's really terrific. And then they showed Christy at New Fest, which is how I saw it, and we interviewed Katie O'Brien, who plays Lisa Hollowine, who was an opponent of Christie's and then became a sparring partner and then became her life partner. And they are still married today. That in and of itself is an extraordinary story. I don't know how much into the plot. Of course, anybody can look this up because it all really happened, like it's a true story. But I don't want to spoil it just in case you want to go into the movie cold. There are fun things like drug abuse and domestic violence in this movie. Leave the kids at home for this one. Definitely. You know, the thing about this is, this film is clearly a vehicle for Sydney Sweeney. Like, this is pure Oscar bait. It's almost like the formula of, okay, we need a star, we need her to transform herself completely so she's unrecognizable. Hollywood has a habit of taking, like, some of the most beautiful women in the world, and look at Charlize Theron when she did Monster. This is a vehicle to get Sydney Sweeney an Oscar, basically.
Yeah.
But Ben Foster also deserves one. I mean, I thought Sweeney was great. Ben Foster's great. I mean, it's Oscar bait, and that sounds negative, but it's actually a good film. Like, that doesn't mean it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
And I would definitely say it's worth seeing. It's a movie that I think really lives and dies with the performances. I do have a couple of criticisms, and it didn't take me out of the movie completely. Whenever they were in the ring, it kind of looked like they were always using the same ring in a lot of the scenes. Like, there was one that's like an outdoor thing early on, and then when they get indoors, it looks like they shot everything in the same place, even though they were realistically all in different arenas. When you look outside the ring, you spend the whole fight in the ring, and then when you look outside, it's just kind of black. So you don't really see, too much of the crowd. There is one scene toward the end where you see her walking in to the arena, and my guess is they just co-opted a fight, or co-opted an event. The other thing that also I sort of showed the budget was I hate to say it, but there's like a few bad wigs in the movie.
Oh no.
And some makeup that doesn't like
Aw.
some aged makeup that just, and I was like,
Oh.
really? And I don't, maybe people won't notice that sort of thing, but there was a couple of things I was like, is that her real hair? Or like, is that so-and-so?
No.
I mean, for the most part, Sydney Sweeney looked fine. It was just some of the other players, some of the supporting players that I thought maybe could have used either more time in the makeup chair or like get a better wig. Other than that, I would say it's a solid movie dramatically. And everybody is very good in it. But yeah, it's definitely an Oscar vehicle. I think it will come down to how big a campaign the movie does for her and for
Right.
maybe for Foster, and for the movie itself. So yeah, let's move on. What do you got next?
This is the BTRP Media Network.